Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm starting a new segment called Top Hacks. If you're new to my channel, my name is DC and I'm a cybersecurity professional. Top Hacks is going to be a video series based around a whole lot of different things. We're going to be talking about some industry news, CTFs, freelancing in cybersecurity, and everything in between. I'm actually really excited about this video series. It's something that I've been sort of planning out for a pretty long time now and trying to get to a point that I like what it's going to be about and is something interesting to actually talk about. So sit back, get some snacks, have a drink, and let's begin. Kicking straight off the results of the most recent CTF that was hosted by the Safer Internet project called the Cyber Bunny CTF challenge. Results are in. In first place, we had 0x James. Second place, we had Scared and Alone. Third place, we had Cypher. Fourth place, we had Mr. Nobot. And fifth place, we had a name that I can't pronounce. Well done to each and every one of you, and I hope you're ready because there is another CTF on the way. The next challenge is called the Continental and it goes live right now. It's set to go live when this video goes live. This challenge is going to be fairly similar to the Cyber Bunny one, but with obviously some different changes and challenges and a bit of fun to be had. It's free to register. There's a link in the description to get yourself started. Sign up, have a go and compete, and I'll call out your name if you're in the top 5 in the next video. In recent cybersecurity news, we have the APT41 malware that is abusing Google Calendar for stealthy C2 communication. Reading from bleepingcomputer.com, the Chinese APT41 hacking group uses a new malware called Tough Progress that exploits Google Calendar for command and control operations, hiding malicious activity behind a trusted cloud service. Campaign was discovered by Google's threat intelligence group, which identified and dismantled attack-controlled Google Calendar and workspace infrastructure and introduced targeted measures to prevent such abuse in the future. And speaking about calendars, something that I've noticed recently as an attack method is in Microsoft world, where Microsoft 365 users are sent a calendar invitation to allow through a basically malicious email to come through. How it works is an attacker uses a Microsoft 365 instance that they've probably run up or breached themselves, and then they send calendar invitations to lots of different people saying that they are from Microsoft and that their account billing is overdue and that they need to click on a link to sign in and pay their Microsoft 365 invoice. This is something I've seen come up a lot recently in the last probably 2 to 3 weeks especially, which is interesting because it's actually how I get in contact with a lot of different clients that I want to talk to, is by sending them a calendar invitation and just out of the blue, people that I've never talked to before, to try and talk to them about cybersecurity consulting services that I can offer them. So seeing a little bit more of an attack flow onto calendars is an interesting pivot for a lot of attack groups, as well as obviously malicious emails and phishing, because yeah, I mean, it's something that's not really protected and does get through every time. So I'd be keen to see how threat protection policies come into play over the coming future to make this a harder thing for people to actually breach or to get those sort of calendar email, phishing emails through a spam filter. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments below. Now, a new segment that I'm adding into this is called the Certification Cool Wall. Certification Cool Wall is exactly what you would expect, with basically a cool wall of certifications, what they are and how they fit into the whole cybersecurity certification sector. It's an interesting topic, I think, because a lot of certifications are considered cool, but maybe won't get you a job. Think like the CPTS, for example. Super cool certification. Will it help you get a job? Maybe, for skills, but for the certification itself, maybe not. Won't pass through a HR filter, for example. Maybe. I mean, it's your opinion that really matters here. What I need from you guys is a huge list of all of the certifications that you've done and if they have helped you to get a job, because that is what is going to make them cool for my segment. I'm going to add to this section, so just keep in mind this is the first video coming out in this whole series and that I need to still build the certification cool wall. But for now, I'm going to add the OSCP. Now, the OSCP is an interesting one because A, it is very expensive, and B, it has got a lot of, quite a bit of actually, negative feedback for A, how expensive it is, and B, what it will actually get you. Having seen lots of people come through the industry over the last 5 to 10 years, the OSCP for me is still pretty damn cool, mainly because it does help to get a job. And that's, I mean, the whole point of doing a certification in most cases is so that you can get a job and learn the skills that you need to be able to get that job. Collecting certifications is something I'm absolutely against because often that makes you look more like someone who's just collecting certs, but maybe doesn't have the experience required to actually get the job. But for this cool wall segment of certifications, I think the OSCP goes into the pretty damn cool bracket. Let me know what you think in the comments below about the OSCP and if it's helped you get a job. Next up, we are going to talk to our guest speaker. Some say he can debug a server with one hand while devouring a double cheeseburger with the other. Others claim his blood type is barbecue sauce and that he once fixed a router by staring at it meaningly. All we know is he's called Ned.
Yeah. Where'd you get these sunglasses from?
I was at a wedding and it was like just themed, and so these sunnies were just handed to everyone.
Right.
And I kept I brought them home, and I've still got them.
Were they part of like a photo booth or something? I feel like they were part of a photo booth and you just stole some of the props from the photo booth.
Oh, that sounds like something that definitely sounds very fun.
Absolute cretin. That's terrible.
Good.
All right. Well, I better introduce you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome,
Please.
Ned. Mm-hmm. This is Mr. NedSec. He's already had an introduction as part of this video, which was interesting. I tried to go for like a Stig intro as your introduction. I thought that would be kind of fun. But you do love burgers, and your blood is probably either ketchup or barbecue sauce. So, yeah. Welcome, Ned, to the video. You're the first guest speaker on this this series of things, which is kind of fun. I had a few questions for you, but this is more or less just us talking absolute smack, which is... I mean, we can talk for an hour if you want. We could. It depends how much time you've got and how many drinks you've got.
Man, I got plenty of drinks.
Yeah.
And plenty of time, plenty of drinks, plenty of everything's good.
Nice. That's the way.
Man, and throwing it back at you. What about yourself? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing good. I've been working pretty much non-stop. You can probably tell by my eyes. Plus, this baby is wreaking havoc on my sleep. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, you've got time away.
Well, next week I do, because this Sunday I'm flying over to the Philippines for some work, which should be pretty interesting. But yeah, tell us a bit about yourself, Ned. What do you do? What's your shtick, so to speak?
Pretty much. Like my favorite burger joint? Nah. Well, so we're talking like career-wise, work-wise. This is definitely in the space we're in.
Yeah.
That's what you want to talk about? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go about career chat.
I work for career chat. Very important. I just work for a company that operates nationally, and I make sure their stuff runs. IT, sort of a bit of everything. When I started with this company, they were a bit smaller, and they've sort of grown through requirement. They've acquired other companies and just taken them over. And as part of that IT team, I've been involved in sort of setting them up, sort of prepping them, sort of migrating their systems into our IT environment. And we ended up with a very dispersed range of software, hardware, and systems and technologies over like 120 different applications. We're talking like a lot of different stuff, and so part of what the IT team's been involved in, what I've been involved in, is just basically projects to migrate systems into one, bring everything together so we can manage it centrally, manage it as an internal IT team. The company's never outsourced. They've had an IT team since the beginning, I believe. But yeah, and as part of that, I do support, so helping the staff. I work on site basically, and go to different areas in the region that I work in. We've got different sort of locations, so I'll pop out there and do some work out there. My office is close to home, which is nice.
It's always a benefit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Nice.
And yeah, so I could talk about it forever.
Yeah.
It's a lot that goes on. How vast IT and how many stories you require just working for the years you do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure the stories would just be never ending. Before I get on to Burger Chat, which is really what I want to talk about, what's the main technology, I guess, that is used day to day?
In like my workplace.
Yeah,
and
that you use. Yeah.
Like the
like Microsoft, or is it mostly your role is mostly in Cisco, or?
Oh, we've got a Microsoft environment, so yeah. So we operate with 365, Windows. We're going to be upgrading. We're still on Win 10.
Really?
Win 10 22H2. Yeah, they've been holding it back for a while.
It's end of life soon, dude.
It's end of life soon. Yeah, we've got a plan. It's all there.
Okay,
but it's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah.
I think it'll be quite easy, because it will just be basically we've got staged sort of updates, different facilities, and the company's been doing this for a while, and we're talking like 20 plus locations. So when they've done their migrations and sort of upgrades, they go region by region, and in each region could have learned things and then apply it to the next region. Yep. Some regions have more facility. Some regions have more going on, more assets and so on, more stuff. So they might be left to later, or depending, we go to the smaller locations first. Yep. They fly us around, so sometimes we'll pop down to the different other regions around the country, and just work on things and get it done, so that pretty much the big rigs can make the money.
Yeah,
that's why they're doing it, and helping. It's a service, Of course, we got customers and they're happy. Clients, they get what they want, so everyone's happy in the end.
So it's private industry then. It's not government. It's not public sector. Yeah.
Private.
Nice. And what's like your actual job title? I'm not really sure. I know you're like a do everything IT guy. But what's the actual title?
So what they hired me as was service desk officer.
Yeah, okay.
And I've kept that.
But you do everything.
I've kept that role title. I do everything.
Standard IT, man.
Standard IT. I'm like, it's not even worth fighting. Like, I'm not even going to raise it. Like, I don't even care.
It doesn't matter. As long as you're happy getting paid whatever you get paid, and you like doing the job, then that's pretty much all there is to it, hey?
Yeah, that's it. Well, on the resume, if I use the job on my resume moving forward, it depends what role that I progress into when I'm, promotions and things like that come into fruition.
Nice. Okay, bit of a career path there. That sounds good. But you've kind of had access to, like, from our other chats in the Discord server. By the way, link in the description, or it's DC. What is it? Discord.gg /DC Cybersec.
Yeah, man. That should be it.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure, but there's a link in the description for anyone who's wondering about the Discord server. But I think that's enough about IT, because IT is great and all, and you kind of do a little bit of everything. My next question for you is, what's your favorite burger? Of all the burgers you've eaten, and you do love a burger, what's like your favorite one out of all of them?
Well, that's a hard question. It's not like one of those things you can be like, this one out of all of them.
Choose your favorite child.
Yeah. Choose your favorite thing out of all the things.
Okay, top three. Top three.
See, even that, I just go by mood, because sometimes I might want chicken, and other times I might want beef. Other times I might be like, man, this pulled pork, now that's bussin'. Like, I've had chicken and beef for the last few weeks, whatever is going on, and I'm like, yeah, I want some bloody pork or whatever's going on.
Yeah, right. And, have you ever had a donkey burger?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Have you ever had a burger with donkey meat?
No, man, I've never had donkey meat. Have you had donkey meat?
I have. I've had donkey burgers. What? Yeah.
What, is that a thing? That's a thing where you're living?
It's a China thing, yeah. They eat donkey burgers. It's wild. They're actually really good.
Yeah, man.
They're delicious.
Really?
Yeah, they're really good.
Wow.
Yeah. I tried it for the novelty, and turned out to be an incredible burger. It was actually really good. The bun arguably was shit, but the meat was pretty good. Donkey meat's pretty legit, I have to say. Give it a try if you're ever in in China, or even in, I think, other parts of Southeast Asia probably do it as well. But I've only ever had the Chinese variant, and it's delicious. They're really good. A little bit different from like your grilled double patty fucking steak extravaganza thing. Yeah.
Oh man.
Although those are good.
Oh, a steak burger or a steak sandwich is good, but the thing with steak is it can be like chewy.
True.
Smashed, in my opinion, smashed beef is probably the best way to go if you just want to get, like, you want to just inhale the motherfucker, and you just want to get I want this burger in me, and then you want to get back to whatever's going on. So smash beef's way to go, because it goes down nicely.
I wonder what the most popular burger of each country is. Like if each country had a burger, I feel like over in China they do the donkey burger would be the Chinese burger, and Australia definitely like Wagyu beef burger probably is the main one. I wonder which other or an Angus burger. Angus burgers are good too. I'd actually forgotten about them. You know what? Something that I'm really hyped about going to the Philippines for is that they have a much larger selection of like Western or foreign food other than their own culture's food. And it's mostly just about the region that I'm in. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, halfway between Tibet and Thailand. And there's not a huge amount there's probably like, I don't know, maybe 100, 150 foreign people in this entire city. And this city's massive. It's like 14 million people or something. So that's a very small percentage of the foreign population is that. But yeah, so there's not many like foreign food choices. But something I'm really excited about in the Philippines is that they have kebabs. And for anyone who knows me, I'm a kebab fiend. I love kebabs. And the other benefit is I don't have to drive anywhere in the Philippines. So I'm just going to have a few drinks here and there and really enjoy myself. Because over here, if I drive, or if I drink and then want to drive ever, I have to wait pretty much at least 12 hours before I'm allowed to.
It's got to be zero.
It's got to be zero. Yeah, zero tolerance, which I can understand because the driving here is reckless, to be completely honest. So I can understand why there's that rule. But
Southeast Asia as well.
Really? I know they do it in
zero.
What's it called? They do it in Laos as well. You're not allowed to drive anywhere. I don't know about the other countries. I can't remember what it was like in Vietnam or Thailand or Singapore. I've never driven in Singapore, so I'm not too sure.
I think Singapore would be zero, Malaysia zero.
Yeah, right. Yeah, interesting.
So, which is which is a shame how easy access alcohol is in these locations as well, right?
Well, that's it.
Comparatively.
You can buy it everywhere. Like, every shop has booze. Like 7-Elevens, they have like a whole beer fridge. It's fantastic. Same in like Japan. Have you been to Japan, by the way?
No, not Japan.
Oh my god, dude. So 7-Elevens in Japan are like their own special existence. They're incredible. That you have to like go and check them out. Go to one of the big city ones, not the regional ones, because they're just like, there's a whole section of anime porn, and there's a few like you can buy your noodles and stuff like that. But that laugh, dude. But yeah, it's I'm dead.
Yeah.
That was so good. Oh man. But yeah, Mr. Sparkle all the way. But it's gonna be 7-Elevens are actually pretty cool.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, actually there's a few popped up where I'm at. There's a couple 7-Elevens. And they weren't here. Yeah, weren't here when I first moved here, but they're good because they got Krispy Kremes. I mean, when when you didn't have access to Krispy Kremes, you'd have to fly to your capital city, get Krispy Kremes from 7-Eleven, and then and then take it home on the plane. Perfectly reasonable, but now it's accessible down the road. Like you never go there anyway. You're like, I don't want that. It's only good when you bring it on the plane.
True. I love a good Krispy Kreme. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to stop the recording here because it's lagged out completely, and then I'll start it up again. All right. So, next question: what are you drinking? Because at the moment I'm drinking water, and
you're drinking water.
Yeah, it's not very me.
Water's good. It's very healthy though, and it's more it's healthier than things like alcohol.
It's bottled joy,
and
apparently
like bottled joy. Ah, well, it's good. Yeah. No, water's great. Definitely got enough. I have enough water. Usually if I drink, I'll have like water on the side or after.
I go through
to make sure
3 of these bad boys a day, dude. 3 of them a day. It's 1.1 liters. Yeah. Damn, that's a lot.
That's good, man.
3.3 liters of water. That's solid. That's a solid effort.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. What's your gym stats, bro? What's your gym stats?
I've posted my gym stats, man.
You have?
Nothing special, but like I've just posted like I just record what I do.
Yeah.
And then from there, I mean the app that I use, it just does stats and the little graphs and stuff, which is
pretty cool
to visualize. Fit Notes.
Okay. Free?
Yeah. Yeah, it's free. Actually, I don't know, man. I might pay for it, to be honest. But I think it's like it's free to use, but then there's like some extra stuff you can do if you pay for the thing or whatever. So I did that, but I think I got a good few years of use. I've been using this app for a long time. I used for like 5 years, or I don't know, number of years. But like, it's certainly you can use it free. You don't need to pay for the subscription.
Okay, sounds cool.
And you can still get all the graphs and everything and the cool stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It just records it, and
right.
I've recorded my gym sessions for like years. Yeah.
What does an IT professional like yourself do in their spare time aside from going to the gym and eating burgers? What's a day in the life of Neddington?
Well, pretty much that's it, man. You've got work, you dedicate your time to work most of your day.
He's a scheduled man.
Pretty much.
All right.
Well, you wake up, and what are you fucking... I mean, unless you're working on, I don't know, hours after you wake up. I don't know who the fuck does that crazy. It sounds ridiculous, but...
It's me.
Fair.
That's me, bro. Fair. Yeah, it is crazy.
How long do you spend awake after you wake up before you start work?
I start work at roughly 6:30 a.m. and I finish this is in my time zone, so 6:30 a.m. until about 4 p.m. is the main set of retainer stuff that I do. And then after that I do coaching until around 7 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. there is the Safer Internet Project live sessions. So the what's it called? The live pen testing, the team hacking. There's a SIP study group one, that's the free access one for anyone who wants to study for a particular cert. And yeah, pretty much.
SIP represent.
Yeah. Safer Internet Project represent. Yeah, go do SIP, everyone. And then there's home lab building sessions and the freelancing workshops. So those happen throughout the week. And then on Saturday mornings from 7:30 a.m. until I think it's like 10 or 11 a.m. there's more coaching sessions for the other time zones, because normally I do it in the afternoons. So that's like my typical day. Usually on weekends I don't touch a screen, or I don't even come into this room at all.
Yeah, 100%.
More than enough work for me. So yeah.
Being AFK is just so good after a day's work and just doing computer things all day.
Yeah, man.
And looking at screens, and I've got a ton of screens in my office, so I'm looking at screens all day, and then leave work, and I'm just I just like to be outdoors. Just look at if it's a blue sky, not prison now with rain, then yeah, for sure, stand outside. I like ground. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. You need a bit of that in your life, man.
You do.
You don't know what you're missing out until you don't know you're missing out on something until you actually experience it. Oh, damn.
That's a good topic.
Grounding,
to talk about, just actually.
Cruise around in my grass out the back there. I like to cut my grass and then walk on it, and there's a bird or two or three, they come around. It's good. I like nature.
That's the way. That's the way, man. A bit of disconnecting from technology and the stuff we live. You can probably see I've got mad amounts of pimples because I've been stuck in this room for a while now, and without seeing the sun, because
the sun.
Yeah, the window's here, and it's like the shades are down because the sun comes directly, and then I can't see my screens. So I've been sitting in the dark here, which is not advisable. But on the topic of you don't know what you miss until you don't have it, is obviously kebabs, because I love kebabs, but also the lifestyle of Australia is something you don't realize you'll miss until you don't have it, and then you're like, Australia's actually pretty sick. Yes, it's very expensive, and there's a never-ending list of problems with Australia. The government changes every second week, the this and that and all the rest of it. But then there's lots of things to complain about. But every country has stuff to complain about. And the lifestyle in Australia, though, it's unbeatable. You go to work, you have lunch with your mates, then you do your work, you finish work 5 on the dot. No one works after hours, unless that's their job to work after hours. And then you can go to the pub, you can go to the gym, you can chill. Whereas I know in other countries you can do that, but Australians make it like a task to do, which makes it so much more fun. If you, for example, I could call anyone in Brisbane and be like, hey, I'm going out for drinks Friday, who wants to come? And at least one person will turn up, which is fantastic.
Oh, you're good, man. You won't be by yourself.
No chance. So it's like, there's that, and it's also because it's the weather is pretty primo. It's hot.
Pretty mid.
But
good.
It's clean blue skies, and there's water pretty much everywhere, especially in Brisbane. You got the big brown snake. You can, go and chill at any number of the cafes or bars or restaurants along the river. You can go for a walk around the whole river, and you can do that stuff here as well. I can walk around a huge lake, but yeah, I kind of like Australia. Australia's pretty good. There's ocean everywhere, which is great.
Yeah, dude, it's so good, and just 100%. I think everyone has that thing about their own country as well.
Yeah, of course.
Where they'll go to even people come to Australia, they're like, no one that comes to Australia for a few weeks or months is going to experience all of Australia. You need years and years and years.
You'd never experience that anyway. You need years to go somewhere. But having been away from Australia for years, this is where I get this perspective now. I'm like, kind of miss those, like just the typical Australian things that I used to enjoy, like walking around the river or going out for a drink on a Friday and still being able to drive home perfectly legally. Like it's not if you.
Couple drinks, mate. Leave
yeah,
it for an hour.
Yeah, 2 drinks. Have a meal, have some water, a couple more drinks, drive home. You'd be right. Like you're probably under the limit, to be honest. So it's the little things that you miss. Yes, just get stuck back in. But
right, just get stuck into it. You can't do that in China.
Well, no, you definitely can't. You can't do that in a lot of places.
So, a lot of places, no.
Yeah.
Australia's pretty lenient, actually. And there's people... yeah, it's funny. It's funny how Australians we're complaining about everything. But then it's just, you go somewhere else, you're like, well, I'm going home.
Well, yeah. I mean, I spent like 3 months in Japan, which was pretty cool. And, you even there, I was like, yeah. I mean, it's nice, but I think Australia's a better place to live. Jobs are better.
Mm-hmm.
Pay's better.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Lifestyle, better.
In Japan, yeah.
But the food's pretty good in Japan. And the food's pretty good over here as well, actually. But it's just different. It's like I'm outlining all these problems, but they're not really problems. It's just a place that's different to what you're used to. And when you get used to being somewhere for your whole life. I spent my whole life in Australia, specifically in Brisbane. And I never left. I went to other countries and stuff for holidays, but not to live. I'd never lived anywhere else other than Brisbane. So throwing myself then into the deep end or having the ability to travel is good. And, like going to the Philippines, fantastic. That'll be fun. Haven't been there yet, so that'll be interesting. Been to Singapore, and I haven't been to Malaysia in this trip, but I have been there before. It's pretty cool. Quite like KL. Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, all over the place, which has been great. But it's just when you're in a place that's different to what your whole life has been focused around. You get so used to that Australian lifestyle, that Brisbane, probably it's a very Brisbane lifestyle. You're like, oh yeah, this is, it's different. But having the ability to go to those places is obviously down to doing all the consulting work where I can kind of do it from anywhere, which is fantastic. And that's really good, especially if you want to like save money in a specific currency to then go overseas, go to Malaysia, for example, earn Australian dollars doing some Australian business, whatever it is. And so just save up bank of money, like a lot of money, because the living expenses are obviously less. So if you can, sort of hack that system, that life system, then it's really good. But you will miss where you're from, of course, because that's just
100%
the nature of humans.
And everyone gets that, like homesickness as well.
Yeah, of course.
Even I spend I just go on holidays. I usually like 1 to 2 weeks, not much longer than that. But even you spend a couple weeks away, and then like whatever it is, it's like the traffic wherever you're at. If the traffic is just insane, like peak, whatever, but just like on steroids, like you go to these places in the world where the driving is just insane. Like even some places where it works, but it's just insane. You're like, no way, I'm not driving the island.
Yeah, man.
But even then, you've got such an opportunity. You just get the so you get a Grab, like an Uber or whatever, right? And they're available everywhere, and they're relatively cheap.
Yeah.
And I
caught an Uber here the other day, probably about a month ago, and it was about a 1 hour journey. It cost me $11 Australian. I was like,
oh yeah, so you're looking at
impossible.
We're looking at a couple $100.
Yeah, exactly.
So like
damn.
I've paid a $100 taxi trip previously.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the story.
That
was in Brisbane too.
Was it? Tell us the story. What happened?
Oh, I was in Brizzy. I was in Brisbane. Stayed a few nights to see some concerts and go to some events. And I was actually seeing a concert that night. I was out in the valley, the Tivoli, watching an event at this artist I wanted to see. They were playing there, and I watched them, and they did an encore. That is like a very long encore. So I was like, no, I'm not leaving. Stuff the train. I'm here already, bro. This is it. So I just stayed the whole encore, enjoyed. Didn't really make a haste. Anyway, heading out, walk to the train station. It's closed. I'm like, what? Not like that. Like everyone's trying to get in, and they're not letting anyone in. It was low key chaos. I was like, fuck. So, yeah. What was the story about? Because I got on a tangent. But all this stuff happened. But like, what was the story about?
Expensive taxi fees.
Right. So I was in the valley, but where I was staying was in like Redcliffe.
Holy shit, bro!
I was up like we're talking. That's a distance away. You're not just gonna cruise down there. But like
that's a 45-minute drive in traffic. Anyway, yeah.
I don't know. It was like half an hour or so. At that time of night, it was an AM taxi trip. And so I was in the valley, and I was like, well, I'm in the valley. Like I've got one more night here, and I'll fly out tomorrow, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm going to find some places. I'm going to go out. I'm going to see what's up. So I'm like, cruised out, walked around, and I found, for a little bit, and then I found this place called Ned's.
Really?
And Ned's. So I was like, what the fuck? And it was
in the valley?
Underground, in the valley.
Ned's.
And it was in the valley. And it was an underground... Like, so I went in there. I didn't know what was there until I went in, and I was talking to the bouncer. So I'm like, oh, damn! Like it's my name. I'm like, yo, and I told him my story. I'm like, yo, I went to this concert. It was sick. Da 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 da. And he's like, oh yeah, I know what's happening. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. Calm down. And he just walked. Like he's just go, and he walked me down the stairs, and then he bought me a drink. I'm like, this is sweet. And I was already pretty in a good mood after I was just at this event. And then this concert, and then it's like a strip club.
Oh right.
So they were like ladies enjoying them the evening, and a lot of other people enjoying that evening as well. And then the bouncer, he gave this dancer, I think I said strippers, dancers. He gave it. He's like, yeah, play this guy in pool. Anyway, so I played pool with a dancer, and she beat me we played like 3 games of pool. The first one she was going easy, and then the second one she was alright. The third one she just smashed me. It was getting a bit late, so yeah, this was and I was like, wow, it was a good time. I had a great time playing pool with a dancer.
I had no idea there were pool tables in strip clubs.
Oh, dude, yeah, definitely.
There you go.
There's also security, so yeah, that 100% security though. I think they gotta, if fight breaking out in a location like that's pretty rare though. I think there's other things to focus on.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm shocked by the pool table. You had me at pool table in a strip club. This is a pretty good story. I quite like it. So this is before you caught the cab back to Redcliffe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and now it's like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't know, man. But I had a flight the next day. I don't even remember right now, I don't remember what time it was. But, I had to get back to Redcliffe to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And, go on the rest of whatever I'm doing. So,
hold on. What? Can I ask a question of why you're staying in Redcliffe when you're doing everything in Brisbane? Oh, okay, right. You're staying with family in Redcliffe.
Yeah, so I had some... That's right. So I flew down there at that time, and at that time I stayed with family. So I actually think I was down there for a festival that was over a weekend.
Yep.
And so I go down earlier. I only stay 2 nights in the CBD, but then any other nights I'm down there rather, I'll stay with the family.
Right.
I'd already been to the festival, and then a day later or 2 was this other event, like a sideshow with one of the artists from that festival who I didn't see on purpose at the festival because I was like, well, I'm gonna
makes sense.
You gotta slot all your artists in. Yeah. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna see this bloke in a couple of days. And that was Slash.
Slash. The guitar player Slash.
Yeah, with like the hair and stuff. Yeah, Slash. And he had Miles Kennedy come out, who's the vocalist of Alter Bridge. A lot of people are into that. So
how long ago was this?
They just because they did a song together. Oh, dude, we're talking 15, 14, 13, 12.
Yeah. I was like, hold on a second.
Over a decade ago.
Okay, yeah.
No, over a decade ago, bro.
Yeah, right.
No, it's
I was trying to think
like,
of this.
yeah.
I don't think any. Yeah, right. I don't think Slash has played in Brisbane for a very, very long time. Probably that was the last time.
It's been a while. Possibly, yeah, possibly.
No idea. Yeah, right.
So yeah, anyway, that taxi. I think he charged me $90 because I talked to him like, bro, I'm staying in Redcliffe, man. This is it in this suburb. I need to get there, bro. Can you help me out? Like, how much? I said because I think I only had like $120. Like that's all I had. Like this is the end of my trip. I'm going home the next day. I had minimal cash left. $120 is actually quite a bit. Like for having nothing left, but yeah, he's like $90. So he charged me $90.
Yep.
I was like, all good, bro. You just go back to where I'm going. That's it. And then off I went on and did the things I did.
Solid. What a story. I love it.
Solid.
That's a great story, dude. I've never heard this story before from you, and I've known you for years. That's a good story.
Oh, dude,
I like it.
I'm just, man, we got a few of these. Yeah, I go to Britain. That story, like every year, similar. Not that. That's the only time I paid $90, or like more than like 30, 40, $50 for a taxi. But
I thought you were gonna say that's the only time you played pool in a strip club, but
pool with a stripper.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Oh, I think that might have been the only time. Like, damn, bro, I played pool with a stripper. Actually, no, I think guys can do it, but they got to pay them. I didn't pay them.
Oh.
Okay. I didn't have any money. So if you go into a dance like a gentleman's club, and then the dancer, you can pay them to play pool with you, and
what a world.
They'll play pool with you.
What a
and
world,
then you can
bro.
like play them and like you're like just. She's probably pretty good at pool because she does this for a living. You'll have to be like, please, like, go easy on me. I'm paying you. Just like,
please let me win. Yeah.
Let me win. Alpha male, I must win.
That's so bad. Terrible. Well, on that note, I might wrap this up because my computer's starting to lag out again. So, yeah, thanks for coming on, dude. Thanks for the chat. I hope you enjoyed the drinks. And I'll see you when I'm back in Brisbane in April, May next year.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll catch up.
100%.
That's awesome.
Awesome. All right.
Cheers.
Catch you later. Good
Thanks
chat.
for the chat.
As far as field agents are concerned, this week I am the worst field agent that ever was. And that is because this is the first time I've actually gone out of the house this week, apart from the time I went to the hospital to take my wife there and for her to deliver a baby. So yeah, I guess congratulations to me and to my wife and our family for this new addition. But yeah, I haven't actually left the house. This whole month has been pretty much just working from home. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is, but it has been interesting with new technologies and, well, not so much new technologies, but maybe new methods becoming a bit of a norm in the cybersecurity freelancing / consulting world. And this process that I've seen creeping up a lot lately with work coming in is weirdly circulating around the identity space. And I say identity loosely. Aside from that work though, there has been quite a bit of work on the pen testing side, smashing through some pen tests and a couple of compliance audits this month, a few on-site engagements that I had to get some guys to help me out with in Australia, because obviously I'm not in Australia. And yeah, just a busy overall month on the consulting side of things. It's been good. It's been a good time. Next month though, I am going to be traveling to the Philippines for a bit of work, which should be very interesting. So I'll bring you along for that journey, and I'll tell you more about that in the next video. But yeah, back to you. in the studio. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first introduction to top hacks. As I said at the start of this video, this is a series that I've wanted to build up for quite some time, and getting all the moving pieces in place is kind of difficult actually. But it is something I want to continue with because it does sort of outline a little bit of everything across cybersecurity. It would mean the absolute world for me if you could subscribe and like this video to help it out in the algorithm. And if you want to be a guest speaker on this channel in this series, please do let me know on the Discord server. There is a link in the description where we can talk about all of the things that I talked to Ned about in this video and just sort of have a little bit of back and forth banter and have a bit of fun with it, because I think building a community and talking to the people in this industry is always something good for other people who are maybe interested in getting into cybersecurity or IT as a whole. Massive thank you to the Safer Internet Project for sponsoring this video and creating the CTF challenges that we are going to complete every single month. And for those of you who are going to participate in this month's CTF challenge, good luck, and I hope to see you at the top of the scoreboard. Thanks again for coming along. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out and happy hacking.
Is AI going to...
Hello and welcome.